If you ever decide to come back here and you pass this little sign here that's called Dugouts, representing dugout dicks, if you ever go down this road, which I did, I passed this by because somebody was down there. You go down to about a mile down this road here, and there's a sign, say private property, and there's a gate, and you can't go anywhere. And guess what? There's no place to turn around, even for a 17-foot trailer.
Hi, we're Dan and Mary Buckley here with our dog, Fritz McGee. We just retired, bought a camper, and now we're on a great adventure to see our wonderful country. Once again, we're here at the car wash, and Dan's scrubbing down the trailer, but it looks like he might have to rinse off the stuff too. The soap's kind of getting everywhere.
This is Hot Springs, Montana. This is a pretty desolate area. There's not much out here, not even cattle. Of course, Hot Springs town is about 2 miles off the road. One thing I find out, life goes a little bit slower out here. So I did not realize that paradise was in the middle of Montana, but here it is, and we drove through it.
We don't care if it's only a dream. Nothing is really what it seems anyway.
So out of Glacier and into Lolo National Forest is our next spot here. We are camped up against the river here in the Lolo National Forest, the Clark River. Beautiful river. Come to a place called Muchwater Dispersed Camping. This is the view of the edge of our campsite up along the river. Haven't put my fly fishing rod in yet, but we'll be doing that maybe later today, tomorrow. Well, we just get here and we're gonna have to put things up. Looks like we got a nice little storm rolling in. It's supposed to get a little bit of rain, temperature drop a little bit. It's 96 today. We have been used to 70-degree weather. Today it turned 96, but that's because we're not in Glacier, where it's nice and cool and high elevated.
Well, once again, Chef Buckley is at it, making a meal for us. A stir fry. Should be pretty good. Way to go, Dan.
breakfast here. We'll have some bacon, eggs. Good Sunday morning breakfast. It looks like we're going to have another nice day today. Today's Sunday. It's going to look like probably be our last day here. Taking off tomorrow, heading out. Yesterday, a little bit of rain, but today looks like the sun's coming out and it's going to warm up a bit. Neighbor took off this morning, early this morning. They were in a tent. There's a number of people around here in tents, but they were in a tent, and it rained, it poured, it was a downpour yesterday. Downpour of rain and hail too for about 5-10 minutes. They got a little wet. They come out pretty soaked. So here's a campsite. A guy came about 2 days ago, about 7 o'clock in the morning, set up a tent, which is kind of blown off into the woods there from yesterday's storm. But he set up a tent, a couple chairs, you know, to kind of secure a spot for the day, and then took off. Of course, a lot of people do that. They'll set up something and kind of secure them a spot so they got a spot and nobody will take it. But you're supposed to occupy the spot. Well, he doesn't occupy the spot. It hurts other campers when people do this, because that night when he didn't occupy this spot, that night a lot of campers come through looking for a place to spend the night so they can sleep. They could have had here, he could have set about 3 campers in here. But of course they have to take off. They see the place occupied and they got to go hunt for another place. Well, out taking a little munchkin for a walk. Give him the ability to stretch his legs a little bit. Muchwater dispersed camping. Nice little place. Quiet, except for the trains. You get used to them after a while. Quite a few different spaces here to camp. And beautiful country. Starting to button up around here, pick things up, get ready to head on out of this area. We've been traveling across the northern part of the United States out here to Montana, and now it's when we leave here we're going to start heading south, starting snaking our way through Idaho, and probably spend maybe a couple weeks altogether in Idaho, going to a few places down around Sun Valley, see the Sawtooth Mountains, etc. Got a couple showers we got to take this morning, and then we're going to head out and go empty the tanks, and then we'll be going out to the Lolo Pass area. Hopefully we can find a place out there. I got a place in mind. We'll see if it will be open. We stopped here at a little forest campground right off the highway here, going down to Missoula, a place called Quartz Flat, I think it is. First come, first serve, self-pay, and there's nobody here. Nobody at all. It'd be a good place just for an overnight, so that's all you need. $15, $7.50 if you got the American Pass. We didn't stop here to camp, we just stopped here to dump. So here it's $10 to dump. I hate paying to dump, but $10, got water, nobody here. Take your time dumping, you know, rinse out your tank really good. Lee Campground here in the Lolo National Forest in Montana. We're still in Montana, just a rock's throw from Idaho, really. We went to try to find the dispersed site. We found it, but as I thought, it was occupied. So we come on back here, but in the process, in backing up, I thought I was getting really good at backing up the trailer, and I could do it, and da-da-da-da-da. There was some rocks back there, and lo and behold, I backed up just a little bit too far and bent one of my stabilizers. So now I had to take a stabilizer off my passenger rear side It's all bent up, and so we'll have to deal without a stabilizer for the rest of the trip. So if you can kind of see here what I kind of did to the stabilizer, you can see I kind of hit it right there, put a good dent right there, bent that up, that little rod there bent that up. And of course, if you look down through there, you can see how it's bent the whole bottom of the stabilizer over a little bit. Travel day, and so we are going to eat quick, eat easy, and eat light. Mary's making up a couple good salads, and we're also going to have a bowl of soup. Fritzy's looking around now. He's trying to figure out what parts of it he can eat.
What he can beg.
Yeah, what he can beg.
Yeah. Yep. It's been an interesting day. Too bad we wrecked a piece on the trailer. I mean, Dan, I don't know if you can get it, but
no, we'll get it when we get home. It's stabilizer. We can work around it. Coming down here, what I didn't realize, here's another lack of research on my part, is we come down here from the north and they took us off the road. The GPS took us off the road. Everything was working just fine. Nice, hard, road.
go ahead.
Well, nice, hard road, and all of a sudden it turned gravel. Well, that's not a big deal. But what we didn't realize, this gravel road kept going, kept getting higher, and
We were like, oh, we're not supposed to go up, I don't think.
hairpin turns. The road got narrower as we kept going higher, and we're like, okay, did we make a mistake here? And it took us over a mountain pass, a gravel road mountain pass, to get here. Going out, we'll be going out US 20, which
Thank
is
goodness.
all paved. I didn't realize we had to go over a gravel mountain pass to get here. So that was interesting. We got to see a lot, obviously, but it gets a little bit unnerving when you get up high and you get all them hairpin turns, and
There's no space for two people.
yeah, there's no space for two vehicles, that's for sure. So
Yeah, it's
we made it.
tight. Yeah.
We're here,
We
safe and
survived.
sound. It's time to head them out. Getting ready to leave. We're at Lee's Campground here in southern tip of Montana. Getting ready to head on out, snake our way south through Idaho. Got Fritz going. He's done his duty. He's all done. He's ready to go. Mary's got all the vegetables and munchies all cut up, and she's ready to go. Dugout Dicks. I had to come back here, and you pass this little sign here that's called Dugouts, representing Dugout Dicks. And there's a little road that goes down in there, and it goes down in, and there's a little sort of area back in there that you can camp at. If you ever go down this road, which I did, I passed this by because somebody was down there. I decided to pass this by and see if there's anything else. Figuring I got a small trailer, I could turn around about a mile down this road here, and there's a sign, say private property, and there's a gate, and you can't go anywhere. And guess what? There's no place to turn around, even for a 17-foot trailer. So guess what I did? I backed up the whole mile. We got basically cliffs, what they are, rock cliffs, okay, on one side. And on the other side, you can't see it on the left side, but there's a cliff there, and it's a straight drop down. So I had to thread that camper for a mile backwards, all the way back here to this spot, where I went down there into this area to turn around. Of course, if I'd have been thinking when I had to back up this trailer all the way back for a mile, I didn't even give it a thought, but I should have pulled out the old drone and videoed my backup expertise, if you want to call it that. Dugout Dick's is named after a man named Dick who arrived there in the late 1940s and remained until the early 1980s. While there, he built a log/stone structure in which he lived in, and also built a number of other log/stone structures along the side of the mountain. These dugouts, as they were called, became so popular that people would come around to take a look at them, and he would start charging small fees for people to come take a look at them. And eventually, people would come and he would rent them out for people to stay in them and have the experience of staying in these dugouts. Dick seems to be one of the last true frontiersmen of the West. Okay, we got some more color to put up. We are in Idaho. We were actually in Idaho last night. Forgot to put this up there. Now we're in a new spot, and we'll put it up there. Time to saddle up again. Dugout Dick's. It's been a nice stay. Fortunate to get this one night stand here by the generosity of another camper here. Let us spend the night, and we're getting ready to go. Definitely could have spent a couple more days here. Didn't realize this place was as nice as it was, but we're getting ready to go. Head on out, head south towards Stanley, and we'll see what we can get when we get down there.
We look to the mountains. We don't care if it's only a dream. Nothing is really what it seems anyway. Now little by little,
Well, we are hanging out just outside of Stanley, Idaho, around the Sawtooth Mountains in a little dispersed area called the Nip and Tuck Road, dispersed road. Got a lot of campsites along through here. Yeah, it's a pretty dusty road, but fortunately, when we came in, we was able to get to about the third site. Third site was opened up, which was pretty nice. We didn't have to drive very far into the interior, but this site here is blessed with a fantastic view. Here's the view. This is why you come out to places like this, the Sawtooth Mountains, and this is what we look at when we get up. This is what we look at during the day, and this is what we look at when we go to bed. Of course, it's windy here, and it gets cold. Well, today's moving day. Time to get out of here. It's been a nice spot. Hate to leave this spot. Spent a couple more days than what we had expected. Mainly because of the view that we had. But time to go. Time to get off this mountain and head on down to the valley. Heading a little bit further south, down around Ketchum, Idaho. We'll be looking for a place sort of in a valley down there along a creek. We'll see what we find. We've been out on this trip for quite a while. We've been through a lot of wilderness and have seen very little wildlife. But last night, yesterday evening, we got a treat. We got to see a whole herd of elk walk through the area here. It's kind of down in the valley there. I don't know if you can see it. It was way down in the valley, but they come up over the right side, the hill, the right side. They went down the valley, hung out down there for quite a while, then took off over on the other side, the hill, the left side, and then they were out of sight. But I'd say there's probably about, I'd say 20, 25 of them. Saw one big bull. Most of them are cows. A lot of young ones down there too. But they were having a good old time down there feeding. I think we're going to call this one here on this episode. So we left out of Glacier. Nice cool weather. And we hit a place called Muchwater, dispersed camping. Was only supposed to be there one night. That's it. We spent, what, three?
Yeah.
3 nights. Moved out of there and we went into Lolo Forest, National Forest. Was looking for a particular dispersed camp spot, which somebody was there. I did something stupid. I backed up the trailer without, I thought I was Mr. Know-It-All. I backed up the trailer and bent one of my stabilizers. So I'm called Lee Campground, just down the road from where we was looking at the dispersed site. Went there, nobody was there, a couple campers, that's it. We pulled in, a couple more moved in. That was it, nice quiet place. Dick's Dugout.
That was interesting.
Yeah, now if that isn't a name for a dispersed campsite, it's named after a guy who used to dig out little caves in the side of the hill.
Okay.
Well, we left Dick's Dugout and we headed south, and this is where we landed up. is right here. It's just north of Stanley. Took the scenic byway to get here. That's a beautiful drive.
Yeah, it was really pretty.
Took us a while.
All along the river. I mean, just followed the river.
It took us a while because they were painting yellow lines the whole way. Got in here and saw the first place site.
And he's
full.
like looking way ahead, and I'm like, no, Dan, right here. And
Yeah, saw the second site. There was a tent there, and I didn't want to. I don't like crowding people out if they got a spot.
Yeah.
Even though there's space, I don't like doing that. And got up here to the third spot. It says, "Hey, there's one," and I'm like, "Really? Already?" Because this is a pretty popular area. And we got this, and we got out here on the point of this. It's a pretty big area right here where we're at, but we're on the point. Nobody can get out here ahead of us, and we got the view. And this is what we come for. This is the whole purpose of all the 6+ months of planning, trying to find locations for places just like this, so we can have this beautiful view and enjoy some time out. Right?
So,
Yeah. So I mean, these adventures, like I say, they're out here. You could have them, but in order to get them, you got to get out
and get going.